Hey, welcome everybody to another Two Bear Arms broadcast. Today we have On the Trail with CC and Deuce, and I'm CC.
And I'm Deuce.
Hey, we welcome everybody to the show. Today we're obviously talking SaaS topics and going into winter here, and equipment always becomes a big topic of conversation. So we're going to talk a little bit about equipment trends starting out. Deuce, you want to lead off with some information about what's going on in the current market with availability of things and choices out there?
Yeah, I think one of the biggest challenges right now in cowboy action shooting that we are facing when we get the opportunity to talk to new shooters quite often and prospective shooters.
Sure.
And in years past, it was easy to talk about guns with them, and we would just, hey, what do you want? Do you want a pair of Ubertis, you want a pair of Piettos, you want a pair of Rugers, we can get you anything in.
Sure.
What's your price point? What's your budget? Yeah, not quite the case.
Right.
This is more of a go on the computer in the back and go,
Oh, that's
and
out of
what's
stock. That's not
everything.
available. Sure.
I mean, it's we pride ourselves here in our ability to get stuff.
Right.
And guys, no bones about it. Probably the most popular handgun in the sport is the Ruger Vaquero.
Absolutely.
And that also happens to be the toughest gun to get right now.
Absolutely. Yeah.
If you're a dealer, you know what we're talking about. There's just none to be had.
Yeah.
I think we got one new Vaquero last month.
Yeah, and that's
a random 45.
Yeah, and that's the crazy part about it, because like our shop, we have dozens of distributors that carry Ruger. Right. And they are distributing to the gun shops, and talking to the reps, they know how important it is to us to get Rugers, and every one of them just saying, we have not seen any come in our building as far as the Vaqueros are concerned. So
and it's not just Vaqueros, that's Blackhawks, that's
Yep.
single sixes,
Yep.
that's all of it. Maybe some Wranglers.
yeah,
That's about all we've been able to really get our hands on.
Yep.
So that's obviously a big challenge right now, because we can't just run out. We can't just snap our fingers and have a pair of guns for somebody here next week. And and that's kind of a countrywide theme right now that people are dealing with. I see it all the time on social media, on the different boards and Facebook groups and stuff. Like, guys are constantly like, "Hey, I'm trying to get somebody started and trying to help out a buddy.
sure.
Has anybody got anything?"
Right.
And then a direct, kind of a direct result of that always is the prices go up.
Yep.
So, like new pairs of Vaqueros right now are selling for, on the low end 1,900 and on the high end 2,800.
Yeah.
So, that's to think about that. It's a little crazy right now.
Right.
I mean, that's just, guys, because when Kurt and I started, you could go into your local, your local sporting goods store and pick up a Vaquero for $2.99.
Oh yeah.
And we didn't like that at that time.
Right.
I'd buy a boatload of them for $2.99 right now. So
$3.99
yeah,
or
I'd-
$4.99 or even
I'd
$5.99.
fill my trunk right now if I could. So,
Yeah.
so that's something that's, I'm not going to say it's hurting us, but it's definitely not making it any easier on clubs and the sport as a whole when it comes to getting people set up.
Well, it's going to make it real difficult come spring next year when everybody's got the fever to get out.
Yep.
New shooters are definitely wanting to get shooting. So we need to help them look for options. Gun shops need to help them look for options. There are some options out there, and they come and go in the market. Deuce is one of the best in the business at locating stuff and finding things that we're not actually looking for at the time that happen to fit the bill really well. And we ran across, go ahead and tell them a little bit about what
Yeah,
we ran
we've got a
across.
pair of Piettas here. They're Great Western 2s, Generation 2s. And these are actually Davidson exclusive guns, which there's some characteristics of these guns that are not standard what you'd find in their catalog. And so that's what kind of makes them the Davidson's exclusive. I've been doing a kind of a weekly search on the computer on occasion just to see what's out there, and I saw that they had some of these brand new shipment of these in, so they just hit the shelves. And hey, man, that's great. We can get some pairs of 357 revolvers in here, and then that of course sparked my interest, and I said, you know what? It sounds like a good time to do a from the box to holster review.
Sure.
And so did that with, I'm in the process of doing that right now. It's probably going to end up being a 3 or 4 part review. I've done the first part already, where I unboxed them in here actually. And it's been a cool, fun project. And honestly, Pieta is, one of the owners of Pieta shoots the game of cowboy action shooting, Alessandro Pieta. So he's very familiar with the game and with the sport. And so, in the last few years, Pieta's done a pretty good job of responding to shooter requests and stuff like that. And they've made some design changes and some quality changes over the years to kind of in response to that. So, and these are a pretty good example of that.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
But I know you were impressed when you handled them.
Absolutely.
And,
I was very surprised.
we're both diehard Ruger shooters.
Yep.
And both, of course, neither one of our pairs of guns are box stock by any means.
Right.
So
Right.
it's when we generally pick something up, it has to be pretty nice in order us.
Yep.
That's the difference between going meh or oh.
Right.
And these were kind of like a
Yep.
moment. When
I also want to mention real quick before we go any further that these guns have been checked, and they have not been checked by Alec Baldwin, so they are clear. There's no ammunition in them. But go ahead.
I don't think it's too soon for that joke.
No, I don't think so either.
These have been cleared, but again, guys, just this is a great just to give you an idea, because again, I know a lot of people have seen the review already. 4 3/4 inch barrel, 357 Magnum. We all shoot 38 specials out of them, bar none the most popular caliber in the game.
Sure.
Now, they are available. The same gun is available in 45 Colt.
Mm-hmm.
And they are going to do they're cataloging a 5.5 inch gun.
Okay.
So I haven't seen any of those in stock yet. These were the first run. And some of the things about them, like the cylinders are not fluted. Okay. I think that's a cost.
Sure.
Not cost cutting, but it's a cost effective measure to
Safe.
produce something that's a little bit nicer. But then kind of, remove that part of the production out of the equation. They've got a real nice thin line grip on them, which almost everybody replaces their grips for something thinner and checkered. These are like that, although they are plastic. They still have got a pretty good feel to them. So I'm going to be ringing these guns out. I'm actually going to be shooting them at the next monthly match, just as they sit, just to kind of show everybody, hey,
Sure.
These are built for new shooters, and kind of get it cranking there, so to speak. And some encouragement today. I don't know if you want to get into long gun stuff at all.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can go into long guns.
Don't
Sure,
wanna
we got
jump
time.
around on us here, but I saw that Marlin just announced today that they're actually shipping
Yes.
their 1895 line, which means I would like to think that mid-year probably the 1894s will be out.
Yep.
And again, I don't know the price point on those guns, but as with everything, they're obviously going to be more expensive than they were last time they were out.
Sure.
But my guess is their 1894 line, they're going to start with the C's, which will be a carbine 18.5 inch type gun in 357. But that's going to be another great choice.
Oh yeah.
I can only
Look
hazard
forward
a
to
guess, but I think they're going to be I would say they're going to be right around $1,000, maybe a little less. If I'm for what the prices I'm seeing on their souped up 95s, I think they're going to be pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So that'll be a great option, because the long guns guys are really no better than handguns right now. I mean, any pistol caliber rifle's hard to get a hold of.
Oh.
And it doesn't really matter what it is.
Yeah.
92 Henry Big Boy.
Yep.
Uberti Winchester, doesn't
Yep.
matter. They're all tough to get right now.
Yeah.
So, and they go out the door. And the problem, not the problem, but what you're dealing with now with pistol caliber carbines is they're so popular for hunting that it's not just cowboys looking for them
Sure.
anymore. We got so many guys that just walk in the door and say, "What do you got in 44 Magnum? Or what
Right.
do you got in 357?"
Right.
So
Straight-
non-cowboy shooters.
A lot of the states are straight wall cartridge only on public ground, and so any of the pistol caliber straight wall cartridge, and especially for youth hunters or anybody hunting that public ground, it's been a kind of a competition, whether the cowboy shooters or whether it's hunters that end up with them, and. And I get an update every week from Taylor's on what inventory they've had come in Cimarron. And, they get little batches of things in.
Yep.
I mean, Taylor's had a really nice list the other day, but there was only like 2 73s on the list. There was only a couple of 66s on the list. Of course, by the time I seen the email, it was 2 hours
They were
later.
gone. Yep.
Yeah, it was no sense in even calling. You just knew they were gone, which, hey, great. There's a few more back on the market, but with 16,000 FFLs in the United States, 4 of them hitting the market in a week is kind of long odds.
And Winchester is just making an outstanding 73 right now.
Yeah.
I mean, guys, I've been in and out of 3 dozen of those guns in the last 2 years, and they are superb.
Yep.
We can't get them.
Nope.
I'd love, and the bad thing about that is that's a gun that honestly requires the least amount of work than any cowboy gun I've ever seen. If you want to just hit the ground running with one,
right?
So obviously, there's some guys, Cowboy Cardi's, just doing some magic on those guns. If you want us to take it up to the next level,
sure.
But again, we'd love to have a dozen of them in stock right now.
Oh yeah, I've got 20 of them on back order with each one of the distributors right now, and I'll take whenever, whatever they get in any caliber, barrel length on those, I'll take them because they just aren't here more than a day or two when we get them. So
well, and when somebody would come in and ask, hey, I want to start cowboy shooting, I'd like a double barrel, what would you always tell them?
Oh yeah, just walk over to the rack over there and pick one of the Stoeger Coach guns. Yeah. But right now we're a direct buyer from Stoeger, and we're one of the premier buyers from Stoeger, Benelli, and Uberti, since they're all tied as one company. And the back order list, I just checked it a few hours ago. The back order list on the Coach guns is still beyond 200. Yeah. Now that's because they don't show a greater number than 200 at any point in time. It just says plus 200. In transit, it shows 22 in transit on the next shipment that's actually being checked into the country. Right. So,
and that is depressing.
Yeah, that's depressing because that 200 back order is probably closer to 2,000 or 3,000.
Because we would take 22 of them.
I have over 30 of them on back order from prior to EOT. So I was trying to get them in here for EOT, and I had over 30 of them on back order, and we got 2, I think. Yep. Since then, so
which is it's kind of cool in regards to, because lever guns are cool again.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
Short double barrel guns are cool again, because we have. I mean, I would say we sold as many Coach guns to for a home defense type situation than we did for cowboy shooting.
Absolutely,
just as many. So
during the pandemic, and when the pandemic started in March of 2020, at least that's when the gun market seen the pandemic, at that time, and we were just talking about this the other day in the shop of what inventory we had at the time. I think I had 8 or 9 Coach guns, and then a few Upland double barrels in there at the time, and they were gone very, very quickly as home defense guns. So
no, and so we're in a little bit of a tough spot, and and the market's gonna, and hey, capitalism. It's always present.
Yep.
It rules, guys. Yep. And I know that people are getting frustrated. Yep. And but these guns right here, again, I don't want to get into price structure, but you're going to be right at $1,000 for a pair of match guns for cowboy action shooting, which is awesome.
Yep, absolutely. So, that's a great choice. And there again, whether backup guns or main match guns, or if you're a new shooter and getting your first set of guns, these are great to start with. Yeah. If you've been shooting Rugers and you go to these, you're going to notice a difference.
Yeah, you are going to notice a difference.
But if you're wanting to get away from your Rugers, go ahead and bring them in. I'll take them in on trade.
Absolutely.
You can walk out with a new pair of these. So I'll be happy.
We're
to
always
do that
willing
trade.
to adopt.
Well,
always willing to
absolutely. We adopt guns
cast
daily.
aside Rugers.
Yep, yep. We adopt
me
daily.
Especially.
Yeah, your collection's kind of ridiculous.
I have a major problem.
Yeah, so. You do. One of these days you need to sell me some of that collection.
I don't think so.
I'll just borrow them. So
you're welcome to borrow them.
Oh, okay, okay.
What's mine is yours.
Well, I appreciate that. Same here.
Same thing for your P7.
Yeah, you just use my muzzle loader. See,
exactly. Yeah, I did just use your muzzle loader.
Yeah, Dude scored a deer the other day. If you've been watching our podcast, he scored a nice doe the other day. So.
I'll tell that story on another episode.
There you go. Story coming soon.
Yeah, I did get the monkey off my back.
You did.
So,
yep.
We got meat in the freezer.
Yep. So. With a little over 24 hours to go, you got it.
Yep.
So fantastic.
Yep.
So, and we don't want to sound all doom and gloom about the market. We are seeing some improvements. Right before this episode, one of my distributors got a hold of me and gave me a pretty massive list to look at of ammunition in general, and it was everything from rifle, shotgun, pistol ammunition. I took a huge amount of ammo, a lot of shotgun ammo in that shipment, which we've been setting pretty good on shotgun ammo, but a lot of stuff we haven't seen in a while. Yeah. No feather lights or anything like that this time, but a lot of the hunting ammo that we've been looking for, and a lot of 7.5s and 8s, Federal and Winchester that that we can use if we can't get the feather
Cool.
lights or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was very encouraged with that. Also had a lot of semi-automatic handguns on the list, and I took several of those then also. So it was encouraging to see a list that long come through.
Yeah.
So the market is improving. It's improving every day. Our inventory is improving every day. I think all gun shops are, we're not special to that respect.
Right.
But I think all gun shops are starting to see a gain back. Do we have 100% of everything we want? No, of course not. But when we, a year ago we had 10% of what we want. Now we have about 65% of what we want in here, 70%, something like that. So it's getting better. So
coming back around, guys. So but again, I just wanted to, what prompted the Pieta review and everything for me was just kind of, hey, it looks like fun.
Yep.
And maybe we can help a little bit.
Absolutely.
And like I said, I'm not getting paid by Pieta or anybody to do that. So I bought those with my own money.
Now, Pieta, if you are listening, you are welcome to sponsor the show. Please contact us. Anyway, speaking of sponsors, let's talk a little bit about Hall & Morose.
Oh, yeah, W.R. Hall.
Yeah.
Our awesome sponsor.
They are great.
Mike Hall. Yeah.
And a little story on Mike. I even texted him the other night because there's been a vehicle change in our situation there. And I texted him the other night, just not expecting him to reply because it was after hours. But I texted him and just said, hey, stop by and see me. We need to do a policy change this week. And lo and behold, within 3 minutes, he texted back, and then we texted back and forth 3 or 4 times, and basically got it all done over text. So it was, and it was well after supper.
Well,
time,
you heard it here. So 11 o'clock at night.
11 o'clock at night. Mike's available 24
get
hours a day.
Get a hold of Mike 24/7.
24/7.
You know why?
Why?
Because WR's got you covered.
They got you covered. I like that. See, you always sneak that. I like that.
WR
Mike, you're
Hall.
welcome. We got to increase your cost of sponsorship.
Oh, boy.
Because we're doing such a good job.
I think that's a separate.
Well, basically, I have to prorate it on what more insurance that I buy. He has to.
Okay.
So that's
the way
that's
that
the whole.
works.
But don't tell him.
I won't tell him.
No.
Secret's safe with me.
Our other great sponsor is We the People Munitions Company. We appreciate their sponsorship all the time, which you run that division. So
Yes,
that's
I do.
fantastic.
We've been getting a nice amount of components back in stock and Federal primers and powders that I love and like and want to use. And we're gonna have a full kind of a full offering at EOT coming up.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Yep.
And we actually will make everybody jealous. We have more Federal primers landing in the next day or two, too.
Yes.
That's great.
Yep.
So,
and guys, again, don't get mad at us because I've had a couple people get upset at me. What? About Federal primers coming in. Number one, it's what I do for a living.
Yeah, exactly.
And number two, the last batch of Federal primers I got in, we're on back order for 26 months. Yeah. So it's not like I just woke up one morning and said, hey, I want some Federal primers. And I only got a quarter of the back order that I wanted. Yep. So, it's been hard.
Oh, yeah. The Federal primers that we have coming in the next day or two, those were ordered in February of 2020. Those were the ones that I put on back order in February of 2020. Yep. So, there again, it's only a small sampling of what we've asked for because we've asked for well over 1 million primers. So,
absolutely.
If we ever get those, there'll be plenty of primers for sale in here too.
Yes,
so,
absolutely. If and when that ever happens. So.
Now, anybody still looking for large pistol primers, we still have those left. We got that shipment of CCI in, and we had all configurations of them. We sold out of everything except for the large pistol. We had plenty of those, so we still have some left. I don't think we have. We have one cabinet full of them. Okay. So you're limited to 1,000 per person. But I think we have, 15,000 or so left, or maybe 10 or 12,000. I'm not sure, but I seen it tonight when I walked through. So stop in and look for that. Powder wise too, shops should start seeing more powder. We have a lot of powder arriving this week, all different makes and models, if you will. I think we have over 100 pounds of powder coming in this week in different configurations, and we'll have it on the shelf here hopefully before Christmas. Yeah. So a lot of it is cowboy ready powder. We got 231 Winchester 231 coming in, and a few others. So. If you need it, let us know. Come on in and check your local shops. They should start seeing powder and things in small quantities, guys. It's coming back. Just be patient.
Yeah, and guys, when gun shops put put quantity restrictions on things, guys. We're not doing it to be mean.
Yeah.
We're not doing it as a power trip. We're trying to serve the customers the best way that we can.
Sure.
And I know that that we've had more than a couple offers. I'll write you a check for the whole cabinet of primers. Well,
absolutely.
Well, that's great. That helps you out in
Yep.
that moment, maybe.
Yep.
If you're not going to turn around and sell them on Gunbroker.
Exactly.
So we're trying to service and help as many people as we can.
Sure.
A lot of our loyal customers, customer by customer.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
it's simple as that.
We've got to share out with all the customers, like Deuce is saying. It's the right thing to do. There's a lot of guys, and there again, capitalism. There's a lot of guys though that have been running around gun shops and buying up and then reselling on Gunbroker.
Mm-hmm.
But yet there's still other guys that need the components in order to be able to keep doing their hobby or hunting or absolutely. Mm-hmm. So we're just trying to spread that out a little bit. And we've been able to not run out of, like shotgun shells, for example. We have a limit on that right now. Yep. Now, next week, when all those other shotgun shells come in, I'm going to raise the limit. Right. I think right now we're at 3 or 4 boxes per customer. So guys can get enough to go, shoot clays for the day, right, or go pheasant hunting for the day, or dove hunting or whatever. Right. But we're going to raise that limit again. Will it get back to cases? Yeah, probably a case at a time coming up. Sure. But we'll get back to unlimited. It's going to be a while yet. Just hang in there.
Yep.
So
and guys, unfortunately, it's a volatile situation. Always is.
Yes.
So it's one news story.
Yep.
One disaster away from being
right back to where we were.
And yep. We look back on 2020, and just personally speaking, it was a whirlwind professionally.
Yeah,
I'm not so sure I want to see it again.
No. I was just talking to somebody today about that off the property here. If we would have gone another month or two at that pace, I probably would have had a lot of my employees start quitting because it was just exhausting. Mm-hmm. And exhausting for us, you from the production side, me from the reordering side, countless hours scouring to make deals to find things. And that's one reason we haven't run out. And that's one reason we've had the ammo and such with your efforts. So it's been a trial by fire, but we made it through, and let's absolutely hope this doesn't come around like that again. So,
we like to see a nice steady pulse rate.
Yeah, we'd like to see 2019 again, please.
We don't want to shorten our lives by doing breakneck speed.
Right. So, okay, going into other equipment besides firearms and ammunition, we start talking about, things guys can look at as far as upgrading over the winter. Now we're going into winter. Mm-hmm. A lot of guys are going to be moving inside, basically dry firing and, evaluating their equipment and
trying to figure out where they can get that extra second or two, or
sure
5 seconds off of their time,
absolutely,
or make their whole setup maybe a little bit more user friendly or
efficient. Or just killing time, waiting for spring, thinking about cowboy shooting. We hope everybody thinks about it all the time like we do.
Yeah.
And if you do, you get bored in the wintertime, a little cabin fever, you want to start looking at new
My
new
wife
items.
loves it when I think about cowboy shooting all the time.
I can see that.
Yeah, she's
Mm-hmm.
It's really good.
Yeah, you keep telling yourself that there, cowboy. One area is leather. And there's a lot of great leather makers out there, guys, in this game. And one that I'm going to make a shout out about now that I think's fantastic, and they've really put a lot of really good gear out on the market is Mernicle Leather. Mm-hmm. Holling Wolf and his crew there do a fantastic job.
Yes.
How many different rig designs does he have?
In their cowboy line alone, I think right around a dozen.
Yeah.
So different configurations, and they can set you up depending on your shooting style and needs. And do you shoot classic cowboy? Do you shoot B Western? Do you, or do you have something in your brain that you have never seen and you want them? They do full custom too.
Sure.
So
sure.
And the great thing, one of the great things I love about Howlin' Wolf and his crew at Murnicle Leather is that they are active participants
Yes.
in the game.
Yep.
Huge supporters of SAS,
Yep.
And he runs a club.
Yeah.
He's got his
there in
own.
Texas.
He's got his own private, club on private property there, and so he knows the game guys.
Yep.
They both do,
Yep.
and it's nice to support people that support the game.
Absolutely.
So, like I said, ton of good leather makers out there,
Yep.
and Murnicle's doing a real nice job of staying on the cutting edge of the market.
Yeah,
So.
they have a great website. I was just on it a couple weeks ago looking for some accessories, and they also have the defense leather holsters for concealed carry and such. And you will probably see the day when we start carrying that here in the store.
Right.
I'm going to be getting with Cliff here. He's super busy right now. We're super busy right now, but him and I have discussed it before, and I want to get back to revisiting that. And just really good stuff, really good people.
Yep.
Plus, his wife brought me a popsicle at EOT. That was a big thing.
You're
She was
kinda-
instantly my
You're
favorite.
kind of easy to win over.
That
I
was
bring you
perfect
stuff
timing.
all the time.
Yeah,
like
well,
coffee.
yeah,
I'm
well,
always
that's
bringing
true.
you coffee to your office.
Yeah, that's true. You do. That's,
I mean, if you want to just say it, I'm probably the best partner you could
Oh,
have.
absolutely.
Okay.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
You guys heard that.
Yep. You're my only partner, but yeah.
I'm the only one that
yeah.
survived.
Okay. We have killed off a few.
are dead.
Oh, we have killed off a few. We won't say killed off. They're just not around no more.
Train station.
Train station. Yeah.
One or two may have gone to the train station.
Yep.
But,
Yep.
no, guys, and I'll just throw a little teaser in there. Look for a collaboration between Murnicle and I coming in first of the year. So Cliff and I are doing some cool things together.
Be
So
amazing.
yep.
Yep.
So
Looking
I'm
forward to
excited about it.
If I get that, will it make me faster?
Absolutely.
Oh, see, you got that
Absolutely.
on recording now.
You know it.
Oh,
Yeah, you'll be
hey,
like
Cliff, get
you'll
ready
be
to sign
like
me up.
grease lightning.
Get
dude,
me to sign up here.
Yeah, you've heard it here. Murnicle can even help a left-handed duelist 97 shooter.
I love it. Sign me up now, Cliff. Sign me up now. Save a little time off.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, good deal. Let's talk gun carts a little bit.
Oh yeah, gun carts. It's another thing, guys, that seldom is kind of really thought of as a kind of a efficiency item for the game. But when you've been doing it as long as we have,
Yep.
you start to learn what you need and what you don't need.
Sure.
And there's some great designs out there nowadays for gun carts. I know that
Absolutely.
both you and I started with just monstrous
Oh,
war wagons.
huge
Oh,
carts.
I went through like 6 different versions of the same terrible, heavy, takes 3 men to get into your truck.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you-
Groin
you know,
pull trying to put it in and out of the back
yeah,
of the truck.
yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, you needed an 8-foot bed on your
Yep.
pickup truck
Yep.
to put that kind of cart in there because you got to carry everything. You got to carry your
sure.
backups and you got to carry your squib rods and you
Oh,
got to
yeah.
carry And I found over the years that actually if you pay attention to your equipment,
Yep.
load good ammo,
Yep.
and maintain your firearms, you don't need any of that stuff with you. So
I just come borrow yours if I need it.
you just come borrow mine. Yeah. That's also. I just go see Crazy Mingo because
Crazy Mingo,
he
he
carries
carries all
his
that.
entire
He
truck.
carries
in it.
all that.
He does.
Yep, him or
Yep.
Furball with his big rolling cart.
Yeah.
He doesn't bring that around anymore.
No,
so
he
I shouldn't
doesn't,
pick on him,
but,
but yeah, the big old war wagon he used to
Yeah.
pull.
But there's a couple of guys doing a really nice job.
3 of them.
Excuse me,
Yeah,
3
three
of
of
them.
them.
Well, a couple could be 3.
Yeah, a couple and then one short guy.
Yep.
So,
There's 3 guys doing a
Yep.
great job of building some fantastic gun carts.
They're
for the
actually
game right
building me one right now. By the time this airs, it won't be a secret. So,
Right.
yeah, they're building me a very special custom gun cart right now.
Nice.
And, yeah, it's the 3 Board Guys Woodworking.
now.
Yeah.
Right out of Mentone, Indiana.
Yeah.
Yep.
Big Iron Bohannon and
Short-term memory.
Short-term memory and Little Feller.
Yeah.
So they're building gun carts now. So they didn't ask us to do any type of shout out.
No, they
we
didn't.
were just talking about it earlier and talking about the products that we wanted to talk about tonight.
Mm-hmm.
And we thought we'd give them a shout out here because they're taking it to the next level here on being able to provide carts. They have some patterned carts, but they're also, like in my case, they're doing a custom 4-gun cart.
Yep.
And I had several special requests in there, and they actually came in here and R&D'd it with me with tape measure and you. And we
imagine that you wanted something special. Weird.
Yeah, isn't it? Isn't it strange? Because I'm just kind of an off-the-shelf kind of guy.
Diva is the word that I'm looking for.
Oh, wow. Hey, I like custom stuff, man. I like custom. I like one-of-a-kind custom stuff. So, yep. So,
but and guys, they've got a couple great designs. They've got a 2-gunner.
Yep.
Weighs right around 20 pounds.
Yeah.
Great, perfect size box on it. Fits
Yep.
in the trunk of any car.
Yep.
I'm going to send Phil some pictures so he can put them up on the podcast so we can have a look at what they're doing. But 3 board guys.
Yeah, 3 board guys. Removable handles on them.
Yep.
The wheels come off if you want them to. Be able to stick that right in the trunk of a small car, and anything from the 2-gun, 3-gun,
3-gun, 2-gun, 3-gun, 4-gun,
6-gun, 8-gun if you wanted
I
it.
don't
But
know if
that's
he's-
I'll commit them to up to 10 guns on one rack. So there you go. Tell them you get a coupon. Tell them you heard about a coupon on the show.
There you go, Big
and,
Iron.
Yeah, you get
There
a
you
10-gun
go.
cart for the
10
price of a
gunner.
4-gun cart. There
Yep.
you go. See, you're welcome.
You can call it the Big Country.
The Big Country. I
Yeah,
like that.
Big
I like that. There you go. By Big Iron Bohannon.
Yep.
So
Don't have guns that run. Just carry more of them.
there you go. You get a squib. You don't need a rod. Just throw it in the
just
cart.
throw
Grab
that-
another
yeah,
gun.
I'll clear that later.
Yeah, I'll clear it later. I'll get that one. I'll get it. I'll fix it later. So, yep. You only need a new set of handguns for every stage. There you go.
I could do that.
Hey.
Shoot a different set of handguns for every stage.
Well, yeah, with your collection,
I
you sure
could, absolutely.
Yep. Yep. Very good. Very good. So, anyway, guys, reach out to Big Iron Bohannon or Short Term Emery, either one of them, if you're interested in a new gun cart. I think they'll have more information coming out next month on their actual company.
I think
as
they're
far as
working on a
these.
Facebook page for the carts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but fantastic guys. Been friends with us for a very long time. They're both part of the PPR crew here and part of Paradise Pass in general, and just fantastic cowboys. So get a hold of them if you're looking for a cart. You can find them on our Facebook page, at the Paradise Pass Facebook page. Just look them up there if you want to get information like right away. If you hurry, let's see, there's still 5 days till Christmas. They can get one done.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, get a hold of them. They can get a
yeah,
cart
Brent
done.
will rush order that.
Yep.
No problem.
The podcast probably won't be out until next week. So
Yeah. Another good time to mention, we had an awesome Christmas party.
we did. We had a great Christmas party. It was a lot of
Saturday.
fun. A lot of fun. Great food. Our friends over at Nelson's brought the food in.
Yeah.
And wow, it was really, really good food.
Yep.
And had a great time.
Yeah,
So
it was awesome.
we had a whole weekend of parties.
Yeah,
had
we
the
did.
2 Bear Arms party on Sunday night. That was fantastic. Yeah, we just had a good weekend.
And we had
of
fish
parties.
fry Friday night at my
And we
place.
had fish fry.
It was like boom, boom, boom. I
Yeah,
think,
Friday night,
we
Saturday night, Sunday
we
night.
probably packed on a couple LBs over the
Ooh,
weekend.
Yeah, I just had
probably.
yogurt for dinner. A little
That's
bit
all I
ago.
did
I
too.
did.
I
That
did.
was all.
I did yogurt and granola. And this is
No
like,
more.
I've
Yep.
abused myself enough the
Yep.
last 3
She
days.
came home
so.
and she said, "What do you want for dinner?" I said, "Yogurt." She
Yep.
said, "What? Yogurt?"
Yogurt.
So yep.
Yeah.
So most of tomorrow yogurt.
Yeah.
So we'll have lunch tomorrow.
Oh,
We'll do
perfect.
yogurt bowls.
I love that.
Okay.
Guys, just for the record, he makes the best yogurt and granola bowls.
Why?
on
Thank
the
you.
man. Yep.
Thank you. A lot of special ingredients there.
There is a lot of special ingredients. You
Maybe we'll do a cooking show one day, and I'll do one.
watching you work is kind of like watching somebody make sushi or something. I mean, it's like a master
Oh, look at
at his
that!
craft.
Look at
Yeah.
that! You're bucking for a new Christmas gift, aren't you?
I got a new Christmas.
I know
gift
you did.
already. Yeah, I
You did. Well, see?
I'd brag on it,
That-
but
nice.
I don't want to make anybody jealous.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. I like that.
I don't
like
want. I don't want to brag. I mean, nobody wants to hear about my awesome Christmas present. I mean,
That's the way to segue.
yeah,
Yep.
nobody likes Benchmade out the front knives.
No,
I
no,
mean,
no, nobody does.
not
Nobody,
doing that.
nobody
Yeah,
likes
with
that.
their name on it.
With their name. Oh crap! Oh crap!
Anyway.
Yeah, I'll get an email over that.
You will.
Thanks.
You will get an email over that.
Yep.
Don't worry, I deserved it.
There you go.
It's
Absolutely.
fine.
Absolutely. Small price to pay for him putting up with me. So, hey, over the winter, shoots. Down south, obviously, they keep shooting all winter. Up north, a lot of clubs close down. Our club stays open all winter with the exception of extremely cold weather, and we're still debating over the New Year's Day shoot, which is first Saturday of the month when Paradise Pass shoots. So we're still debating over that, but right now it kind of looks more yes than no, I think. depending on the weather also. But at first thought the other day was we were not going to have it, but then enough people are saying they would like to have it.
Even got an offer for somebody to make lunch for it.
I seen that.
Yes.
I seen that. So that's why I'm kind of leaning like,
Free
so,
food.
Yeah,
Sign
food.
me up.
Sure, absolutely. So, but other places, here in Indiana, I know there's the log cabin shoot, and tell a little bit about that.
the log cabin shoots over in Wabash, Indiana.
Yep.
It is an indoor match. It's put on by Little Red Sure Shot.
Okay.
And I've shot it, I think, about 4 or 5 times.
Okay.
Gone there. They don't shoot. We shoot everything but shotgun. We do run the shotguns. We put dummies through them, which is a little different.
Yep.
And then we shoot paper.
Yep.
Indoors, but they shoot, the cowboy scenario. They're stand and deliver. Sometimes we do move in between tables and stuff like that.
Yep.
But it's actually really good practice because as cowboy shooters, we're used to that feedback on the steel targets. Well, you don't get any on the paper.
Sure.
So it takes a couple runs to be like, okay, am I hitting anything even? You
Right.
don't really get that. Like, I know my sights are on there, but that doesn't mean anything. So
Sure.
But it's indoors. It's generally about 60, 65 degrees in there.
Yep.
They got the heat running, and it's really cool. Leave your gun carts at home.
Yep.
But we all run off of loading tables and stuff like that. But it's generally a good time, good way to break up the winter.
Sure.
So Little Red Sure Shot does a nice job of putting that on together. So.
Yeah. And, and to shout out to other states and such in the north where they get snow and cold, look around your state, make sure that nobody's, got something like that going that you could go attend. And if they don't, then start asking around for some indoor ranges and see if you guys can get something like that going.
JB Kidd is doing one as well.
JB Kidd in Iowa.
Des Moines, Iowa.
Yeah.
They do a full, they shoot shotgun and everything indoors.
Future Indiana resident. Yeah.
And they shoot steel indoors.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
So, future Indiana resident.
Future Indiana resident. Yeah. So fantastic. So, look around, guys. There's other opportunities out there. Just do a little searching. Maybe we'll throw a thread on the wire or something like that if we get time. Who offers indoor shooting. So that would be great.
I think there's a couple in Ohio actually as well, too. Now that you mentioned, I've seen that mentioned on social media.
Okay. So reach out to, some other clubs and find out what they're doing, or if anybody's doing it, that'd be great.
Yep.
So, and then going into 2022, since we're getting close to that, just for our club in particular, I'll talk about the Indiana State Shoot is June 10th, 11th, and 12th. For this year, we had it on 4th of July before. It always, it was a good time to have it, but we just felt that the June 10th, 11th, and 12th would work out as a better date, so the families could have their 4th of July for the family activity. So we switched it to the second weekend in June this year. Also in July 23rd, it's a one-day event. It's a ladies-only shoot. And, you can look on our Facebook page or our website for more information. We'll be updating our website next week with all our new dates, and all the applications and such will go up January 1st for the state shoot, and then all the information on all the other shoots. So another week or so, we'll have all that published and ready to go. And then August 27th and 28th is the Make Black Powder Great Again match, ran by Big Iron Bohannon and yourself.
Yeah.
And that's a great match. It used to be the Indiana Black Powder Guild, and then we transferred it a few years ago to Bohannon and Deuce to run, and that was when there was a name change then also. And it's just a great time. It's a black powder only match.
Yes.
So, but just like me, it's the only time once a year I shoot black powder, just so I can remember why I don't like black powder, but I have a great time.
Get it out of our system.
Get it out of our systems. Yep.
Yeah.
So,
funny, you never really end up cleaning your guns though after that.
It's in our contract. That's why you got a nice
that
Christmas present. See,
that
you got
fine
your
print.
name on a knife.
That fine print.
You got a name on a knife. You can't complain about it. See? See how that works? See how that works?
I'll remind myself when I'm scraping the gunk
Absolutely.
with it out of your
I
revolver.
so appreciate that. See, it's a fantastic deal. It's a give and take, brother.
I love it.
So, Yep, fantastic. So, then also we're very excited about EOT this year.
Yeah.
Coming up quick in February. It's just not that far out, and we'll be packing up and heading to Arizona. So, that's going to be a just a wonderful event. Looking forward to it. And, they're completely full, but people can still come spectate
Absolutely.
if they didn't get into the match and you're somewhere close to Arizona, or if you're from Maine or whatever and got nothing to do for 2.5 weeks besides drive, you can drive out there and check it out.
I think they definitely have well over 50 vendors there every year.
Yeah.
So
Wonderful.
great food vendors, and it's a great, if you didn't make it into the match and you're, a few hour drive away, come on in because it's a good time to see everybody and
Sure.
walk around and buy some cowboy stuff.
Sure. So, we're looking forward to, we're already starting to set up our calendars and stuff. I know, one that we're definitely not going to miss is the Iowa State shoot Memorial Day weekend. That's always just a epic good time. There again, run by JB Kidd, current Iowa resident, future Indiana resident. So, we're...
And last week.
And last week's producer of White Claw. Fantastic. So we'll have to touch base with him and see who the winner was on that. So, so there's just some great shoots, folks. And we're, since we're at the end of the year, we're starting to already thinking about next year for great shoots to go to.
Yeah.
And
once Christmas is over, man, I'm ready for spring.
Let's go. Yeah, let's get shooting.
Let's get at it.
Get the campers unwinterized and get rolling. So I'm ready. But
I froze enough in a deer stand this year that I'm ready for spring.
Oh, see, you got your kill, and now you're like, switch gears, time to go. So I can't say much after my mountain lion and such. I was like, okay, I've got my deer, got my mountain lion, I'm ready. Let's go.
You're ready to go.
Let's go. Let's get summer here. So great. Anything else that we forgot tonight besides the White Claw? Who we gonna put under the bus tonight?
Do you have any thoughts on that?
Oh man, we were supposed to talk about that before.
I have one actually. That I think needs to be held accountable. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Deuce is going to announce the White Claw.
I'd like for Midwest Hail to be in the ringer for
fantastic
providing White Claw. For somebody.
Great thought. Yep. Midwest Hail, you're up to bat there. So the first person to get a hold of Midwest Hail gets either a 6-pack of White Claw or ranch water, your choice.
Courtesy of Midwest Hail.
And she will ship that out to you, and we appreciate that, Hail.
She's gonna love
you picked her.
She's gonna
remember. It was not CC Top that picked you. It was Deuce Stevens that picked you. No, I was going to go a totally different way.
Yeah. Well, she's one of our WTP families.
Absolutely, and, she's one of our shooters.
One of our shooters.
One of our team shooters.
Great ambassador for the sport.
Absolutely.
And, recently wrote her first monthly match last weekend. So
wonderful. Wonderful.
Yep. I told her to be careful. Once you're good at that, you're
locked in.
You're locked in.
Yep.
So
Yep. We'll have you up here writing stages.
Absolutely.
So, yep. Oh, wonderful. All right, good. Midwest Hail. That's the name you're looking for.
Yeah.
So track her down on social media if you don't have her phone
Instagram,
number.
Facebook,
Facebook. She's all over the place.
Yep.
And if you aren't following her, you should be following her anyway. So
absolutely.
Get on there, follow her, and then just be the first one to make contact with her. That's great. So good luck, everybody. But all right, so that concludes us tonight. We look forward to another broadcast next week. We thank everybody for watching, and like we always say, keep your powder dry. Thank you.